want to show you a delicious chicken. I'm going to rub it with a brown sugar glaze, and then we're going to wrap it in bread dough. It's going to be so good. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to salt and pepper my chicken on both sides, because you have to season the chicken. Chicken tends to be a little bit bland, and so you want to get a lot of seasoning on it just before you even put your rub on there. And I always season my chicken, whether I'm breading it or putting a glaze or whatever. I season the chicken on both sides with salt and pepper first. All right, so for the brown sugar glaze, what I have in my bowl here is I have about a half a cup of brown sugar, and to that I'm going to add about a tablespoon of rosemary. I'm also going to add 4 cloves. These are pretty big cloves. You can use either 4 large cloves of garlic or 6 regular size cloves. So we're just going to add that in. And this is so flavorful. This is also good on pork. I like to do it on a pork loin as well. We're going to add about 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. And then to that, we're also going to add a little maple syrup. And this will help bind everything together. And it will help to caramelize while it's in the Instant Pot. We're going to cook this in the Instant Pot today. We're going to brown it a little bit first and then cook it with some chicken broth. I'm also using some Worcestershire sauce just to amp up the flavor a little bit, just about probably a tablespoon or so. And then we're going to also salt and pepper the glaze. And then we're going to put about a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil in, just to bring everything together. We'll give this a quick mix, and then we're just going to rub it on the chicken on both sides. Okay, so now that my chicken is glazed on both sides, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it into my Instant Pot. So I'm going to add just about a tablespoon or 2 of olive oil just to get it going. And then we're going to brown it on both sides. Okay, so the Instant Pot is nice and hot. We're going to put some chicken in. Now at this point, I'm only trying to get a crust on it. I'm not trying to cook it through. Do one batch and then the other batch, and then we're going to put all of it in together and cook it in a little bit of chicken broth and the rest of the extra glaze that was left for about 7 minutes. Okay, so my chicken is browned and I put it back to the Instant Pot, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel this saute function, and I have some extra glaze, which I'm going to save some of it, but I am going to put some of it in here while it cooks, just to get it more incorporated. But when it comes out, what we're going to do is we're going to shred it, and then we're going to put this back into the glaze to cook a little bit, and then stuff our bread. So I'm just going to add about, I don't know, half a cup of chicken broth or so, just so it cooks and gets really tender. And now I'm going to take my lid. I'm going to put my lid on. I'm going to set it to sealing. Move this back a little bit so you can see. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the pressure cook button, and we're going to cook this for 7 minutes. Okay, so my chicken has cooked. I took it out of my Instant Pot. I am going to now shred it. I'm going to use the stand mixer to shred my chicken. And in the meantime, what I'm doing is I'm reducing the liquid that's in the Instant Pot, and I'm going to add that extra glaze that I didn't put in there, and we're going to reduce that a little bit, and we're going to put it back into the chicken to give it a lot of flavor, and then I'll show you how we're going to put this all together. So my chicken has cooked. I've thickened up the sauce just a little bit, and I have some bread dough here. Now you can use any store-bought bread dough that you have. That'll work. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to just flour my surface a little bit. All right, so I'm just going to take a piece of dough. I'm going to flatten it out just a little bit. You don't even need a rolling pin for this. And then I'm going to take some of the chicken. Put it into my dough ball, or my flattened out dough. I'm going to take a little piece of cheese, and then I'm going to wrap it up like a little package. And you want to put the seam side down onto your baking tray. And I'm not really measuring these. I mean, you can do them any size that you want. You can do them as big or as little as you want. Then we're going to bake them in a 375-degree oven for about 30 minutes, probably, just until the dough is cooked through and the cheese is melted. These are going to be so good. I'm going to brush them with a little bit of olive oil before I put them in the oven, just to make sure that the tops get really browned. All right, I'm going to keep rolling these out, and I'll show you what they look like when they're ready to go into the oven. I have some that are ready to go in the oven. I'm just going to brush them with a little bit of olive oil, and then I'm going to put them in the oven at 375 degrees for about, I would say 20 to 30 minutes. Just so that the dough has a chance to cook through and the cheese melts. All right, so my rolls have cooked for about 30-35 minutes. They didn't get really brown, but they're done and they look amazing. And so look at that chicken in there. Can you see that? Doesn't that look good? All right, I'm going to take a taste and let you know what it tastes like. So the cheese is kind of melty, and oh my gosh. There's a sweetness from that brown sugar and maple syrup. Those flavors go so well together, and the cheese sets it over the top. You have to try this recipe. And remember, you can use this and you can make them hors d'oeuvre sizes, or you can stuff them with other meats. I'd love to hear what your ideas are. So leave a comment below and let me know what you're going to try. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification button so that you get every recipe. I have videos coming out every week. Thanks for joining me on Simply Homemade with Denise. I'll see you next time.